Hello, my name is Soraya Shepherd. I just finished a 7-week internship at Children's Hope Foster Care Agency. Children's Hope is a local foster care agency. They have 3 offices and have foster kids from 5 counties. They do a lot of good stuff for the foster children. They do things like the color run, which is where people can walk or run to raise money, while other people throw safe dye at the participants. It's all good fun, and everyone leaves being dyed pink, purple, or blue, and sometimes all 3 colors. They also help with hosting blood drives for the Red Cross. Children's Hope also organizes activities for the foster families and foster children. For instance, they had just had a Christmas party for the foster kids and foster families. There, the children got to meet Santa and Mrs. Claus, and they got toys for their stockings, as well as PJs, books, and socks that were all donated. Another thing they do is provide ways for adoptions, and even celebrates when an adoption happens. They constantly accept donations, and the donations go quickly to the families that need them. Another thing they do is provide training and orientations to people who are wanting to become foster parents, which is being switched over to being called resource families, making it easier to adopt. Children's Hope also provides a good amount of transportation for the 4 counties in helping foster kids visit their parents and other biological families. So, how did I find this internship? I live in a small town, and Children's Hope is the only foster care agency in town. When I first heard about Children's Hope having an internship was when a friend of mine, who graduated a year before, told me about it. She currently works there now as a social worker. So, when I had to start my internship, I knew immediately I wanted to work there. I know most of the people who work there in the local office, as there are 3 offices, as I said before. Not only that, but I have grown up with quite a few of these people, and have known some of them since I was born. And a few of them I go to church with. So, I went to the local office and talked to a few of my friends there, and was able to set up an internship. There was a few things I had to do before starting the internship, like getting fingerprinted, being CPR and first aid certified, and getting a TB shot. When it comes to my responsibilities, things were a little different for me as my internship was only 7 weeks long. If it had been longer, there would have been more. I was put to work wherever people needed me at the time. During my internship, I shadowed social workers on their visits and met with families, and got to hang out with a few of the kids. I also got to help with watching children and even participating in the Christmas party and gift giving. Children's Hope gets 2 gifts for every foster child, and all the toys are donated by different people and organizations. It's a big project. My responsibilities were to work with 4 other people to go through the donations to make sure the toys went to the right person. I also helped out with putting the party together, and even helped the children pick out gifts for their stockings. That was a fun experience. Not only did I do that, but I was able to supervise visits between foster kids and their biological parents, and was even able to ride along with a few people who transported the children. They had a very interesting day, and that was an eye-opening experience. If I had been there longer, I would have worked more closely with the social workers, and even done a few visits by myself, and maybe gotten a few caseloads. I would love to know how I fully benefited Children's Hope, but I only know of the few things that I know I was able to be part of that made things a little easier for those involved. Because I worked so much with the children and the Christmas party, I was able to help them get to be a few days ahead of schedule, which was great because there was a slight confusion with a few gifts, and there was time to actually fix it before the party. I don't know if my help really helped much, but I hope that with my optimistic and friendly attitude, I was able to provide some help to the people who work there and the families involved. While I may not know the benefits that Children Hope got from me, but I do know how I have been benefited from the experience. Before working there, I was unsure of my future, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with it. I was interested in social work field, but was unsure if it was for me or if I could handle working it in the field. After the experience, I feel that I could be in the field and be a good social worker. I liked working with the families and the children. When certain things would come up, I learned that I was capable of handling in regard to my emotions, as I suffer from anxiety. There are some situations that were a little harder, but I was able to see how well I can control my emotions and be helpful and optimistic towards the situations. I even have benefited in growing as a person and my acceptance of people. Due to privacy laws, I cannot and will not share any specific examples. Just know that I personally have benefited a good amount by working there. During my internship, I was doing a child development class for early to middle childhood. Each week, I would do the coursework. For example, one week was on the attachment theory and how it impacts children who either had no one to have attachment to at a young age and to children who had that attachment at a young age. I would then see that during my internship in visiting families. It was interesting to hear the social worker and foster family talk about attachment and know what they were talking about. This would lead to a greater understanding and a deeper connection to my internship and my coursework. And it led to some interesting connection between me and the families. This was just one connection I had over the internship. I had many others that showed what I was learning in my classes was useful in real-life situations. Would I recommend this internship to another student? I would. I would recommend this internship to anyone who is interested in the field of social work. There's a sense of community and friendliness there, and you can grow a great amount by working with the social workers and the families that are helped by the agency. However, I do have some advice. First, do go early to talk to them about an internship. They do internships for the 3 colleges that are local, and there's only so much space, even with 3 offices. Not only that, but the clearance that you have to go through, and there are a lot of clearances you have to go through, can take time to clear. My other advice is be prepared and open to whatever gets thrown your way. There will be times and situations that might be uneasy, but push through and know that you are making a difference. Lastly, be sure you can get along with people. It might sound hard and weird advice, but you'll be working with a wide range of people, and you'll have to be comfortable working with anyone. This leads to who to contact for this internship. Knowing who to contact can be tricky. There are 3 offices, and depending on which office you're closer to, depends on who you contact. The best option is to call Children's Hope Foster Care Agency and ask them who to talk to. They are very friendly and very helpful, and they'll be all more than willing to try to get you to the right person. So then you'll be directed to one of 4 people. Sometimes one will be out and another one will step in. So it really is just best to go in or call the main office. It never hurts to ask. In conclusion, I loved working there and had a great learning experience. Getting to know the people who work there and the families who take care of the children was a great experience. Not only that, but I learned a great deal about the field and myself. I give it my highest recommendation that I can give. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you enjoy your experience at Children's Hope.